that, in that the integration with memoQ is as deep as any other integration they've got. And we think it's a very successful partnership. We're excited about what they've got to say. Both BlueNet and XTRF now do their own user conference, and my understanding is XTRF, or BlueNet has already happened, so we can't really advertise that, but XTRF are having this in September. So I'll hand it over to Martina. Thank you.
Thank you. Hi, I'm Martina from XTRF, obviously, and I'm part of implementation team. So I will mainly focus today not on presentation, but on showing you a live action example of our project integrated with memoQ, and then you'll see additional features we have in our system, which will make your projects even easier and quicker to do. So let's get started. Okay, this microphone is actually not really convenient, but let's go. What I will really do right now is add a new project. So I will act as a project manager. There will be no code, but the coding is quite similar. So if you want to see that part, you can always come to our stand and ask me about the details. So right now I'm adding a new project, the project name, selecting my client, and selecting service. And here, just in a second, it's there, you can see our smart project view. So everything in smart projects which are integrated with the memoQ are on the one page. So we actually don't have any pop-ups or anything similar. Everything is just a list. So you can easily switch between each module just by clicking on the left side panel. As you can see here in the process, my process will include translation and then review. And here we can choose what memoQ client we will use, and then our template. All the templates are selected directly from the memoQ. So if you are using any, please upload that in the memoQ directly, and XTRF will just show you the list of all of them, and you will be able to choose a template. So in mine, there will be one TM and one term-based per language pair. Okay, so what we need to do right now is, of course, to choose the deadline. And then we have one feature which is called volume, which will be connected with our start and end dates. As you can see right now, there are no dates for the translator or for the reviewer, but I will just put here the estimate of volume. And right now, system selects dates automatically upon the productivity, which are specified directly for each of those job steps. Okay, so now we have the volume, and what we need to do is to select the language. So I will choose English as my source, and 2 languages as targets. Okay, and then what we can see that the system automatically split both of our jobs for both languages combinations, and as well I have this feature selected that after choosing the languages pair, system will actually send job offers to my translators. So previously in my process I select vendor selection rule, and upon that rule, system sent invitations to that project to my translators. As you can see right now, we have around 30 minutes for the translators to decide if they want to take this job or not. Here we have some details about the translators, so the evaluation, for example, rate, and when the offer was sent. Okay, but when it comes to the memoQ, what we have now? Right now, system downloaded from the memoQ our terminology, one term base. As you can see, there are multiple languages there, so it's only one term base for both German and French. and 2 TMs, one for German and one for French. So what we need to do right now is to add, obviously, our source file. System will already know that this is the source file and which is the source language. So I'm just adding the file. And now the magic is happening. So system is connecting with the memoQ directly. And as you can see, just in a few seconds, we have both analyses for German and for French available as files in our system. And as well, memoQ created and XTRF downloaded 2 bilingual documents which will be available for our translators to work with. What is also great, that we actually automatically also have the receivables and the payables calculated. Of course, my file is super small, quantity is only around 4 words, so the total agreed as a receivable for the client is not even $1, but this is only a test showcase project. So system calculated the quantity with the rate of my client, and the receivables are already there. And when it comes to payables, right now we have only the quantity because actually I didn't select my vendor yet. But when vendor will be selected, the system will recalculate the total cost for all the languages part. Okay, so what we need to do right now. I will just show you how it will look like from the translator perspective. So system sends job offers. So I will just log in to my mailbox and will select my favorite Kate translator. So she received an email with the job offer, and by clicking just by clicking the link without any logging in, I'm just moving to the vendor portal. So this is how it looks like for a translator. As you can see, the cut analysis here is available. So translator can see all the fuzzy matches and the amount of money they will receive for the job. In the received files, we have the source file and all the reference files to be available as a preview before starting the job. And on the right side, just some basic overview. When the offer expires, choose the project manager, language pair, start date, and the deadline. So now I will accept this job. Okay, and I will do exactly the same for the German pair. Of course, this is the same translator. I know that this makes no sense in the real life, but as I said, this is just for the presentation purposes. Okay, and then I'm logging in to the vendor portal as this person. So when I opened the vendor portal from the job offer, it was let's say less detailed version of the job portal, of the vendor portal, I'm sorry. And here we can see actually everything vendor portal offers. So in the jobs section, Kate can see both of the translation she already accepted. So let's go to the first one and we'll see how the translation in the memoQ works. So as you can see in the received files, we have quick links to the memoQ. So if I want to work as a translator, I will just need to open the file in the memoQ and we'll see what will happen. Okay, so I just need to put in. Okay, so here we have our list of all the projects. So my project was number 63, so that will be the one. So I'm just opening it. It's loading. And as you can see, I use a file many times, so I have already the segments pre-translated. So I will just accept them. And when the translation is done, I'm just clicking here, deliver, and okay. And now I can finish the job in the vendor portal, but we have another file, another language pair available, so I will do exactly the same with another one. Thankfully, the files are small, so it will go rather quick. Okay, and I'm delivering this one as well. I'm clicking finish the job, and both jobs as translator are now completed. So I'm going back to my project in XTRF, refreshing the view, and we will see what will happen. Okay, so first of all, 2 of our translation jobs are now ready, and the system knows that and sends job offers for the reviewer once the translator job is ready. Here in the files, we have both translated documents already delivered, so they are here ready for us to download or to send to the client. It's up to us. And in the payables section, we can actually see the total cost for the vendor for both of those jobs. As you can see, it's super easy and very quick to work with XTRF and our memoQ integration. It will look exactly the same for the reviewer part. So I don't really know if there's actually a point to do the reviewer part as well. So what I will do is just imagine that our client said, okay, I need that files real quick, so we don't actually have time for the review. So I will just cancel both of them. And when translation is the last step in the process, our project now is closed, so it's actually done. What we need to do right now is to send files to the client. Of course, we have a lot of files here. Let's imagine that there were many languages combination, so we don't want to actually look for our file here. So I would just check for the filter, select the category of the file as a translated document, and now I have both of my translated document visible. I'm going to the files actions and sending the file to the client. So yeah, I have now a pop-up with email to the client. Every delivery is a zip package, or if client is using our client portal, there on client portal also the files will be available. We are never actually attaching those as attachment in an email. So I'm sending my delivered files, and actually that's it. That's the whole project. Of course, we can decide that the system will send the files by itself, so it cannot. Well, it's up to us if you want to do it manually or by the automatic action. It can be, of course, done, and that's it. What else I can say is that actually right now we support a situation when, for example, client sends us another files later on during the project. So if we actually had some project as a source at the very beginning and then source is changing, we can delete it from our files, upload a new source, and then the memoQ will recalculate the cut analysis and will send actually all the bilingual documents once again for the project. And what we are actually developing for our next big release is that if we have translator and reviewer in the process, then reviewer will be able to decline translator job. So the job from the reviewer part we will move back to the translator and we'll reopen the translation job without project manager actually be involved in the process, which is, I think, a rather common scenario when it comes to the translation industry. Okay, so that's actually it when it comes to the process in XTRF. So maybe you have some questions. Please.
Have you seen what STL are doing? It's also a question for Bruno. What STL are doing with this BA CCS journey? They appear to be offering a business management tool that goes for everybody from translators to enterprises. And I'm wondering, what is your attitude? I mean, what do you think?
Oh, actually, I think that this question is more to Konrad, not to me, because I'm more from the technical team and not that into the details.
Okay.
So I'm sorry, but I actually won't be able to elaborate upon that. But if you have similar questions, please just check with us on our stand, and we're really happy to talk with you about that.
Well, I mean, Lux integrates only with, from what I heard, it can of course also read the analysis files from memoQ, read the analysis files from other categories, but it doesn't integrate. So it's interesting only for users who are only working with STL projects. So it integrates with Studio STL and GroupShare, but it doesn't, of course, connect to others.
But it's more than the original. There was an original tool that they had connected to a studio. But this is more than that, because they want to sell a great price at quite a good price. This is more than what they had originally. Because they're not. It's not just for translators. They're selling it to enterprises.
Oh, but it's still an STL project, so
Yeah.
I don't think it's will.
No, I'm just curious what your additional. You just, again, XTRF have got a boot out there, as well as the other partners that show their tools here. It'd be great to talk to them. I think we're ending this a bit early, and in the next room, I think Kevin Losner is about to talk about live docs. If anybody wants to go into that, please use this door here. Be really quiet going in there, so as not to disturb them. If you're not doing that, the best way to get out of here is to go down this corridor to the end, and as you get to the end, you'll see probably a pile of people from memoQ in a room, which we punished them and dumped them in a room back there. And that's the best way to get out of here if you're not going into the other room. So again, thank you very much for coming to the presentation, and thank you to all the other integration showcase presenters. Thank you.